CJAD 800.
Well, you heard Trudy Mason touch on it during her newscast, the cabinet shuffle in Ottawa. You definitely will need a scorecard to keep track of everything happening this morning. There's like 8 people staying put, and then everywhere else, it's just chaos and new names, new faces. 11:30, skipping an hour there. At 11:30, David Ertel will join us on the Elias Macko Show, and we will break down the big changes, the surprises, a lot of big portfolios will have new faces leading them. And what does that say that the Prime Minister was forced to have such a shakeup? His biggest shakeup since becoming Prime Minister in 2015 on this Wednesday morning. Okay, but we begin this hour of the Elias Macko Show by taking a look at the situation with drugs in our city and the link between organized crime and an increase of really nasty stuff being sold on our streets. And over the last little while on this program, we've spoken to the people in the hospitals, right? We spoke to the people at the CHUM, right? The French super hospital downtown. And they were saying drug use in the city is leading to violence and threats in the hospital. We've spoken to the people in the village that say their community has taken a significant turn for the worse. So what's behind all this? Let's take a look at how organized crime is playing a role. James Paixao is with us, inspector at the SPVM and their Criminal Investigation Unit. James, welcome back to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Mackles.
So tell us how organized crime is feeding this significant downward spiral we're seeing on drugs in the city.
Well, to speak about organized crime, let's remember, they've been present in Montreal for over decades, but lately, for the past 10 years, we've seen a shift in the different ways the territories and the illegal markets are being controlled. And lately, we have different factions of organized crime. They've divided the territories of Montreal to control all the criminal activities that are going on. But what's very important to understand right now is that the major groups are collecting, the shares of the profit that's going on. And one of the big parts of this is the sale of drugs, different kind of drugs. We've seen the evolving use of different kinds of drugs in Montreal, from marijuana to cocaine, but now we're seeing a lot of, drugs, opium drugs, for example, are being used, and the whole situation concerning fentanyl that's being laced in certain drugs is very important right now.
So I want to touch on that, and we go to the 10-year time frame. I saw this quote about what's happening when it comes to drugs in this city. So 10 years ago, heroin was a major drug on the market, and they say that today you almost can't find heroin. So what has happened there, right? I imagine this is all due to fentanyl. What is happening there? When you brought up opioids there, what are we seeing?
Yeah, well, heroin is we don't see much of heroin anymore. There's still a bit, but heroin is very expensive. It's a very expensive drug, and it's been replaced by fentanyl, which is very cheap to buy and to use. And fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin. It's 100 times stronger than morphine. And now it's fentanyl that's taking over this heroin market. But it's also, we've seen fentanyl being laced in all kinds of other drugs. And lately also, we've seen a rise in analgesic drugs being used for recreational use. And these drugs, for example, Zilazid and Xanax, have sometimes fentanyl laced into them.
So what's the solution here, right? Because some people would say, if these drugs are illegal, well, then you can never verify their quality. So maybe we should look towards decriminalization. What's the strategy here? How do we combat, if fentanyl is so prevalent and it's so strong and it's so cheap compared to previous drugs, how do you fight it?
Well, a lot of work has been done by police forces in Canada, the RCMP, to try to limit the importation of all the different substances used to make fentanyl, because you have the legal fentanyl, which is in hospitals being used for painkillers, but the illegal fentanyl is produced in these illegal labs, and we're trying to block the importation of these precursors that they use to make fentanyl. We also work on all the labs that are that grow all over the place that are under control from organized crime. But for the decriminalization part, it's really the government's decision, and it has to come from the government, because as police officers, our job is to apply the laws that are in place right now. So if ever there's a decision that's done by the government, we'll participate and we'll see how it can be done. It's an important social issue. And there's a lot of factors that have to be taken into consideration before this is done. We have to have all the support, all the organizations that are there to support people who have usage problems of drugs.
We're with James Paixao. He's an inspector at the SPVM's Criminal Investigation Unit. So let's talk about get back to organized crime for a bit here. What's the plan there? Like, how do we, because I would imagine if you can hit organized crime where it hurts, well, you'll be able to make a significant improvement on the situation on the streets. How do you tackle organized crime?
Well, we're constantly working on organized crime groups. We're working with all the police forces in Canada, the RCMP, the Quebec Provincial Police, all other different city police forces, and we're also partnering with American organizations to be able to attack the whole situation around all these drugs that are on the market. Because we prioritize our work on the trafficking and on the organizations who are selling this stuff in the streets. And for example, when we follow every day everything that's going on concerning the overdoses that are in Montreal. We've had many deaths, unfortunately, this year related to overdoses. And we have a constant follow-up on this. And what we try to find is the source of the drug that has caused these overdoses to be able to quickly take it off the streets and arrest the people behind the selling of this.
Does there need to be more of a presence on the streets, more of a crackdown just on the things we see, whether it's on St. Catherine Street in the Village or, parts of other parts of downtown?
We have many different squads that are working. We have the drug squads. We have the organized crime squads. We also have police officers who are specialized in organized crime who are on the streets. For example, the Eclipse team, our Project Arrêt. We also have police officers from each police station that are patrolling the streets and are giving the information so that we can do these investigations. And we're also arresting people who are involved in the selling of drugs. So we're very present. We're there. We're doing a lot of work with our partners. There's no boundaries now because organized crime is all over Canada. And when we find out who's doing this stuff, we're working with other police. We're arresting people across Canada, bringing them back to Montreal to have them, go to courts for what they've done.
We're going to have to leave it there. I know you got a tough fight ahead of you. I want to thank you for your time to talk to our listeners about it. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's James Paixao, inspector at the SPVM's Criminal Investigation Unit. When we return, we'll shake things up. We're going to switch gears. We'll try and make you laugh. First things first, have you ever quit your job in a sort of spectacular way? We're going to meet a comedian at Just for Laughs that's performing this year at the festival who did just that. They quit their job, but they did it in a big way. Stay tuned. That's coming up next. Let's do some traffic. And with an update on the roads, here is Debbie Marcellos.
Well, we're still seeing a busy drive on the Met westbound from P9 into Décarie. But traffic is clearing out on Décarie southbound. Earlier, the exit for Jean Talon was blocked by two trucks, and it forced the traffic to the following exit, and it caused some major delays. So it is loosening up on both sides of Décarie, still a little heavy on the top third of the expressway. 15 southbound to the Champlain Bridge. Well, we have roadwork at Gaétan-Laberge just before the bridge that backs up traffic from de la Vérendrye on 15 southbound. Inbound Champlain Bridge, a little busy on the up ramp from the 132. Built for unforgettable moments, drive to new heights this summer in a Lexus. Visit your local Lexus dealer or lexus.ca for details. Let us know what you see on the roads. Call in your tips to Star 800. Your next report at 11:30.
The Elias Macco Show, brought to you by the Brick's first ever price meltdown event. The prices are so hot, they're melting off the page. Take advantage of these summer deals, like save up to $1,800 on furniture. The Brick, saving you more.
Hi, I'm Keith from Lebeau Vitre d'Auto. If your windshield is cracked, we've got an amazing deal for you. For a limited time, when you have your windshield replaced by one of our Lebeau Auto Glass experts, you'll get a free Karcher window vac to clean and vacuum away dirt with streak-free results, worth $100. That's right. Only with Lebeau, get a free electric window vac to keep your brand new windshield shiny while supplies last, so hurry in and book your appointment today. Details and conditions at lebeau.ca.
Lebeau Repair, Lebeau Replace.
I love those long, tender, succulent ribs. Give me some chicken, licking, gonna need a bib, a salad, fries, dessert, and more. The Barbie Barn is where you wanna be. The Barbie Barn, now you're getting hungry. Yummy food, that's so OMG. The Barbie Barn is where you wanna be. The Barbie Barn, now you're getting hungry. The Barbie Barn.
It makes a difference when a business like Litracit's Dispensing Opticians takes a personal interest in what they do and in their customers. That's what sets Litracit's apart. They are, after all, a family serving families with the best in eye care, lenses, and a wide variety of frames from partners like Essilor, Maui Jim, Bevel, and more. Litracit's Dispensing Opticians, taking care of your family's vision like their own. At DeCarry and Isabella for over 50 years. At Litracit's, you'll see.
Got PC Optimum points? Claire does, and shops the bonus redemption event at Pharmaprix to get more free stuff for her points.
If I redeem 50,000 points, I'll get $65 off. That's an extra $15 in value. I see a treat in my future.
Awesome, Claire. The bonus redemption event runs July 21st to 26th, in-store and online. Exclusive to Pharmaprix. It's your chance to get more free stuff for your points. And free feels good. Restrictions apply.
Turn your gold and silver into cash. Silver and Gold for Cash will buy all your unwanted jewelry and precious metals for the best rates in Montreal, guaranteed. Meet them at Centre Leonardo da Vinci in St. Leonard Tuesday through Saturday, or visit silverandgoldforcash.com.
Summer is finally here. Bliss. But the kids are already saying, Mom, I'm bored. Ugh.
Don't worry. selloffvacations.com to the rescue. Make it an ocean view and let the kids make friends by the pool. Or drop them off at Grandma's and make it a room for two.
Even more bliss.
So, whatever you make it with
selloffvacations.com.
Making a TV commercial for your business is serious business.
Creative Services can help. We're the production team at CTV Montreal, so you'll be dealing directly with the producers who make it all happen. Take a pass on high agency fees.
Visit creativeservices.ca.
When renovating, you want peace of mind. Call Renofco, winner of Consumer's Choice Award and West Island Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Business category. Renofco.com, 514-856-9993.
The Elias Macko Show.